I know I brought it on myself. I owe no blame to no one else. And now I realize I can't get over you. And though I do my very best, I just can't find happiness. And it's all because I can't get over you. Hey baby, why? Oh my, thinking of you makes me cry. Matter how I try, I'm gonna love you by and by, baby. I don't know what can't get over you. I guess you always have fun somewhere deep in my heart. It's just too hard to hide. I can't get over you. I try to lose myself in song, but the times are much too strong. What am I gonna do? I can't get over you. It makes me feel so bad, messing up the life we had. There's one thing I know, I will always love you so, love you so. Baby, baby, can't you see what? Can't you see what you mean to me? Oh, no. All right, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to the Quiet Drive. I am the Black Knight. I wear the ebony armor that's imbued with the love from the mother of all civilization, which provides me the strength to protect the throne. What's going on, everybody? Shout out to my strong peoples in the chat. Queen Duchess, Vonda Harris, Queen Duchess, Dame Frankie, the Queen of the E Nation, period. Simply unique in the building. Royal Knight, CRU, reality of the E Nation is in the building. Strong peoples, what's going on? I wasn't going to broadcast tonight because I've been a little bit under the weather, but the ladies talked me into it. I'm going to power through it. So before we get started, let me introduce my two co-hosts that'll be riding with the Black Knight tonight. As you know her, she's always with me, Dame Frankie. What's going on?
Not much.
You ready to ride with the Knight tonight?
Oh, yes.
And we also have a special guest. She is the lead host of Ladies Night. She is Ladies Night. Miss Vonda Harris, Queen Duchess of E Nation, is with us. What's going on, Vonda?
Hey Max, hey Dame, how you guys doing?
You ladies ready
Hey,
to get into
Vonda.
this topic? Y'all ready to get
Ready,
into these
ready,
topics?
ready?
Yeah. So
Yes.
Yep.
how these topics came about tonight, right? We was going to do part six of the ugly side of love, which is what the second topic is all about. We just couldn't fit it all in the title. But I was going to do something else until I was hit over the head with this particular topic that I didn't know existed: alienation of affection. And when I was told what it was, it blew me away. I'm like, okay. So we're going to let the ladies come in and break that down for y'all here on the Quiet Drive. Ladies, you're up.
Okay. Um, I heard of this topic briefly. Um, Somebody was being sued for alienation of affection, and I was trying to find out how that comes about. Um, I don't know too much about it. I just know you gotta prove that uh, this person interfere with the affection between you and your spouse. Yeah, and
Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me?
yeah, I can hear you, Vonda.
Hello.
We're having some technical. Wanda, can you hear us? Okay, she may not be able to hear us. Hold on one second here. Let me double check
Okay,
the settings.
okay,
Okay, her mic is hot. Wanda, can you hear us?
okay. She might have went out to try go back in. Okay, she's
Hello. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yes, we can hear you.
yes.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just kicked me out like twice.
Oh,
Don't worry about it.
Okay, but I'm here. Let me
Okay.
what you were saying.
All right, so go on with your presentation. We are into the alienation of affection. So go ahead, lead it off, Wanda, because I think Dan, you said you don't know much about it, right?
uh, no, I don't know quite that much about it. I just know it's possible, but you got to have a lot of proof.
You do have to have a lot of proof, and I first heard really about the alienation of affection was with the Fantasia case. Now, what happened was that Fantasia was having an affair with a married man, and she ended up becoming pregnant by this married man. Okay. And so, what happened was the wife filed suit against Fantasia, a case of alienation of affection. And basically, it's the home wreckers type of defense. You're basically charging the home wrecker of destroying your marriage, the person who had the affair with your husband, they're getting pregnant by your husband. You're charging that person, with alienations of affection because she's having an affair with your husband. That means he's not able to give those affections to you. In a nutshell, is what that means. And so,
Wow.
yeah, that's a little crazy. So that's what was
So let me
going
ask you, let me ask you this. We got a question though.
on.
Is that in all 52 states? Is that in all of the states or is it just in a few states? I've
Uh,
never heard this before.
I do not believe it is in all states, but it does exist in the United States.
Well, it's
Hawaii,
definitely in North Carolina. Well, we
North
know for sure it's in
Carolina.
North Carolina because that's where Fantasia's from.
Yeah, it is in North Carolina, Mississippi, New Mexico, South Dakota, and Utah, from my understanding. That's where it is at this present time.
Wow.
So yes, the wife did file alienation of affection, and it's almost funny because when all of this was going down, this is what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, so he's having an affair with Fantasia. I mean, he gets this woman pregnant. He knows he's married, and he's having unprotected sex with this other woman. So what if she's Fantasia? But you get her pregnant, and then your wife is like, oh, okay, so this is what it is. I'm about to file this suit. I kind of thought they had set her up, that it was a setup, basically have this affair. I don't think maybe the wife was telling him to get pregnant, get her pregnant. He might have just went way overboard with the plan, but like they were setting it up to, like, if he has this affair with her, that the wife would be able to sue him. Because now, hindsight 2020, guess what? The husband and the wife, they got back together. Fantasia's not even with him. She has a baby with him, a little boy, but he's back with his wife, the wife that he cheated on her with.
So, okay, so when you file the alienation of affection, that doesn't split you guys up, like you can stay together still?
Apparently so. But what it is that you have to have, an enormous amount of proof, that this woman knowingly stepped on your relationship. And basically what happened is, with that case, the wife ended up losing. Her name was Paula, and Paula ended up losing the case against Fantasia because it was proven that his affair with Fantasia didn't start until after he was separated from his wife. The wife was claiming that, no, she was having an affair with my husband while we were still together. We were still married. We were a couple. We were a family. And
Yeah.
I want to charge her with this. But at the end of the day, it was proven that he had already moved out of the marital home by the time he started, sleeping with Fantasia.
Yeah, see, I agree with her, the wife. Okay, he may have started sleeping with her after he moved out, but he probably started a relationship with her long before that.
I
I
wouldn't
think
doubt
that's where
that.
the wife is coming from.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. I mean,
Yeah, I
but
think that. Uh huh.
but what it was is that she wasn't able to prove that the relationship was going on with Fantasia while he still lived in the marital home with her. And I think that's what it was. You can't prove it because there have been cases where the wife did sue the mistress and she won.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it only makes sense if you suing a mistress that got some money, but if, like, she don't have no money, what difference does it make unless you're just being vindictive, which, I would,
So,
happen.
I could see that.
so let me ask this. So, does that only work for the woman, or can the guy do that too with some other dude
I
messing with
believe,
his girl?
I believe it works both ways, Max. I believe that the man can do it as
Wow.
yes. When I first heard that, I thought it was crazy because I'm like, because, when you're someone who's being cheated on, it's a very helpless situation. And you're like, dang, there's just nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. But, when you find out, well, if this person maliciously just stepped all over this marriage, they knew that this person was married and they started
Yeah,
this
because
sexual affair, you can be charged with that.
there's no way he wasn't having a relationship with her. He probably started sleeping with her to cover his tracks after he got separated, but he had a relationship with her long before that.
Oh, he might have been sleeping with her before. You just,
Yeah, you know.
I mean, she knew he was
So,
married. I mean, and she had a baby with him.
so now what happens to the child? Does he get child support now, or?
I would assume so. That would be the natural progression of things. Just because she's a superstar does not mean that he doesn't need to support his child. So I'm assuming he's still,
See, I don't. See, I look at it this way, right? Okay, he should be a father regardless. But I don't know. That's really weird to me. That's really weird to me because a situation like that, depending on what the father does for a living, okay. If he works at Walmart, and she's a superstar, she's rich. I don't
Uh-huh.
know. I don't know. That sounds weird because then it just sounds like I'm saying the father should be absolved of his fatherly duties. But it just
He
seems kind
absolutely
of
should not.
unfair. It just seems kind of unfair that she's on a mountain of money and he's working at Walmart making $500 a week, and then taxes come out to tax him for a lot of money when she has every means in the world to take care of this child.
So, so what?
And
I don't know. It just seems unfair because, like,
How?
I'm not saying that.
What's
I'm not
unfair
saying
about
that
that?
he shouldn't be. No, no. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be a father, right? I'm looking at it from the financial standpoint, right? It'd be different if both of them were on equal footing financially, right? But when you have such a
yeah.
disparity, a gap like that in finances, whoa, that should be
Well,
looked at a little bit.
no, it shouldn't. I mean, shouldn't he have thought about that before he stuck his, unwrapped penis inside her vagina? If
Oh
oh
no,
wow, like
God,
as
I'm
a
not saying.
pregnant,
Yeah, I'm not saying
yeah,
that he shouldn't be a father. What I'm saying is that okay, it'd be different, right, if she was struggling to take care of the boy, right? See, I'm just talking strictly finances. I'm not talking about responsibility of being a father. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at strictly finances here, right? She, if they were right, if she was struggling, then to me that would be even. But she's like this multi-millionaire, right?
and
And so if he works at Walmart, I don't know. It just seems I don't know why they just don't.
so what you're saying is just because you know she makes more money, he can't buy
Uh-huh.
his kid a pair of shoes
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not
or
saying
or
that,
provide
but
for his child financially. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much money she makes. He evenly made this child with this woman. He's responsible financially
yeah,
for
I'm
this
not
child
saying that.
just as much
Listen,
as she is.
right? I'm not saying that he shouldn't be a father, but you're talking about a financial situation to where she doesn't need his money.
It's not a
She's a
matter.
multi-millionaire.
Child support is not given just based on, okay, well, she's poor, so she needs money to take care of the kid. That No, child support is, hey, this is my financial responsibility, so I'm going to input as well. That's what it is. It's not because the woman's poor. Child support is not because the woman's poor. Let's
No, you
get
see,
that straight.
you're looking at it from a standpoint of him not being responsible. I'm not saying he shouldn't be responsible. What I'm saying is, okay, if the child was in a situation where the mother was struggling, okay, then to me, okay, yeah, you know, tax the father financially. But she's
But
not struggling. As a matter of fact,
but
she's a
why?
multi-millionaire. She doesn't need. Oh, let me finish. She doesn't need any extra money to take care of the child. She just needs the man to be a father.
Yeah.
See, she doesn't need any extra money. She's a multi-millionaire.
Mm-hmm. It's not a
Going after
matter.
him, going after him, and while he's working at Walmart, to me seems a bit excessive. Like all she needs him to be is just a father in the child's life. She doesn't need any money, especially from someone, especially when you have a huge financial gap. That's a chasm. She's a
Yeah.
multi-millionaire. She doesn't need any extra finances to take care of that child.
Well, maybe she
All she
went
need
that
him to
route.
do, all she need him to do is to be a father.
Mm-hmm.
taxing him for finances and he has a job working at Walmart or Sears or something like that, to me seems extremely excessive and
But it
unfair.
doesn't mean that
Like
he should be
I can
absolved.
see if they can listen. I can see if I can see if she was struggling, right? Then that's different. But she is not struggling.
So what? So
Nah,
what? A
it
woman
doesn't.
doesn't.
No. You
No,
can't. It's not a
no,
so what
Max.
situation
No,
because
a woman doesn't need to have to struggle to receive child support. That's not a requirement.
well then
Number one, the woman
they
must
should
be
well then they
struggling in
should
order to
change
receive
the
child
well
support.
then they should change the laws because that's not. Listen. That's just like this here, right? Say the woman got put on child support, right? And she works as a cashier, right, at Walgreens, and the father is this super millionaire.
Uh-huh.
What money does he need from her to take care of the child?
It's not a matter of needing, but the point is, it would be based on her income. And if her income is at a level to where it's not going to take all of her income, she should still
I
support and
don't
be there
think
for her child.
I hear
So
what you're
she can't
saying,
buy
but I don't think.
she can't get her son's haircut, because she
Nah,
works at
no.
Walgreens.
See. I hear what you're saying, but in a case like that, right? I don't think child support should be involved
But
because
you
the
know what?
parent clearly, because the parent now,
Put it
if
this
you're going to
way.
say, hold on,
Put
let
it
me
this
finish
way,
this real
man.
quick. If you're going
That
to
would be
say, hold on, let
but
me
man.
just finish this real quick. If you're going
Okay.
to say that he's not going to be a father in the child's life or she's not going to be a mother in the child's life, then I got a problem with that. But when you got money like that, all you need is the parent to be a parent. You don't need any money.
Okay.
And going after, if a man is super rich, right,
Mm-hmm.
and she's working at Walgreens, going after her with child support, I would be no, that's wrong. You don't need any money from her. You got everything you need. You got millions of dollars. What the hell you need money from her for? To me, that's
Exactly.
just mean.
Okay.
That's just
So
mean and spiteful.
okay. Can
All
can
you
I?
need her to do, all you need her to do is just be a mother. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So in that instance, I would agree because listen, it's up to the parent to put the other parent on child support. Now, if she knows that he works at Walmart and she knows that she is Fantasia, she's a superstar, that's not, and she doesn't put him on child support, that's not absolving him of his financial duty.
Yeah, but you keep
If he,
talking about
listen,
absolve.
let me
Here's the thing.
finish.
Here's the thing. You're not
No,
looking
Matt.
at.
No, let me finish. Let
All
me
right.
finish. So that's fine. It doesn't absolve him, but no, does she need the money? No, she doesn't. But it doesn't mean that he gets off as a technicality just because she makes so much money. He should never financially have to do anything for his
Now,
child.
no, it's not a technicality because here's the thing, right? You're taxing him for no reason, right? And that's the child's father. So you're hurting the child's father. Just like if it was the reverse, right? The man will be hurting the child's mother. He doesn't get any money from her.
That's if they put the person on child support. And in that instance, I don't think either should. The person that's making that much money with that great disparity should not be putting the other parent on child support. But what I'm saying, my point is that it doesn't absolve that parent of any type of financial support for that child just because the other parent makes so much
Financial
more money.
support isn't needed in this particular instance. It's not needed. The parent is well off, a wealthy person. If I had millions of dollars, what the hell do I look like going after the kid's mother for child support? That's just mean.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're the person who's making the most money, that doesn't mean that you should go after the parent that's not making enough money and get child support. Of course you shouldn't do that. But what I'm saying is that, even if you're working at Walmart, you can buy your child a pair of shoes. If you're working at Walgreens, you can, get your child a haircut. If you're working at Walmart, you can get your child a Christmas gift. You may not be able to get the types of gift that, the other parent that's making all this money is getting, but you can still do for your child.
If
It's not
if the
needed, but what
man,
I'm saying
right,
is you can still do for your
if
child.
the man, if the man has all that money, right? Why can't he buy all that? If the mother has all that money, why can't she buy all that? Why do you need $1 from someone who's working at Walgreens? All you need, in my estimation, if it was the man who was a multimillionaire, he got 30, $40 million in the bank, right? All he needs the mother to do is just show up and be a mother. That's all I would say. Listen, just show up, spend time with your kids. I got everything else. I don't need your money. Just show up and be a mother.
And that's great.
I'm
That
not
is
going after
absolutely
her.
great.
I'm not going after her with her little job. She making what, 450, probably after taxes $300, and I got 30, $40 million, $60 million, and I'm going after her. That's cold blooded.
I totally agree with that, Max. I agree with that wholeheartedly. You shouldn't be going after her, for that bit of money. But like I'm saying, it doesn't mean that she's absolved or excused. If she wants to buy shoes, she should, still do things for her child financially. It's not a detrimental
So
need. That's not
what
what
does
child
she need
support
to
is.
do? What does she need to do financially that the father can't do
It
with
has
all that
nothing to
money?
do with what the father financially cannot do. It's just being a complete person. Being a
Well,
complete
if it
person and
doesn't
doing
have
something
any,
financial for your child.
right, if it
Being
doesn't have
financially
anything,
capable to do something for your child.
right, if it doesn't have anything to do with it, then it shouldn't be a problem, right? With him taking care of the kid financially, because he's the ones with all of the money. She just
But
don't have it like that.
there's no problem like that. There's no problem with that. But the whole fact of the matter is what if he wasn't there with his millions? That she'd have to do it all by herself. You still
Then
should
that's
be
a
able to do
different.
something
Then we're
financial
talking
for
about
your
a
child.
different story. I said, earlier. I said, okay, if the mother is struggling, or the father, if they're struggling, then that's different. But we're not talking about a struggle situation here. We're talking about a parent who's a multi-millionaire, and one parent is working at Walmart. Seriously?
So, and just because that parent works at Walmart, they shouldn't do anything financial for their child?
Okay, so basically, you don't have a problem with hurting the child's father, or
No.
or 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 or, or hurting the
You're,
child. What are you
no,
gonna do,
no,
right?
not what I'm
When the
saying.
father, what are you gonna do when the father's out sick or something, right? And he ain't made enough money and he can't afford a pair of shoes. What you gonna do? Send him to jail?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying to put
What are you gonna do with the mother when
the
when
parent
she
that's
gets
making less
sick or
money for
something?
child support.
Hold
I'm
on
not
one
saying.
second. And she get no. You just said it doesn't absolve them of their financial duties, right? So
No, it
what if
doesn't.
she
They
gets
should still
sick
do for their child.
and she can't pay? What happens when she can't pay? Because she got bills too. Okay, she's struggling. She ain't got it like you, right? He ain't got it like you. She ain't got it like him, right? Okay, she got bills to pay too, right? So
Mhm.
what happens when she can't buy or he can't buy? You put him in
But if
jail?
she's but if she's not on child support, she does
I'm
what she
asking the
can do. If he's
question.
not, but if they're not,
The
I'm
question
not.
is,
But
what happens
my
when?
point. No,
My
it
question
doesn't
is,
work
what
unless
happens
I
when?
agree that they should be put on child
Right, but my
support.
question was, what happens because they got bills to pay?
Hmm.
What happens when they can't buy a pair of shoes or get a haircut or buy a shirt or a T-shirt? Are you going to put these people in jail?
No, no,
So
I'm
you're
not.
not willing to do that. If you're not going to go there, then why go there at all when you have all the money?
All I'm saying
It
is
makes no
that
sense to
just
me. To me, that's just
all
being
I'm
calm.
saying.
Understand,
Max,
understand one thing.
Max.
Understand one thing. What we don't understand is this. Oh, let me say this. These children, right? Regardless about how we feel about each other, you're still these children's parents. And these children love both of their parents. So when you dogging one out and they see that, that hurts them as well. So if you're
No,
going to be spiteful, mean and spiteful, and go after the father, right? because you feel that he has a financial responsibility, which you can take care of with no problem because you're a multimillionaire, okay? And you're taxing him, and he's struggling. He got bills to pay, and he get to the point where he can't do something, and you're gonna get ill with him. You're gonna run him down.
No, that's not what I said. You're not listening. That is not what I said. That is absolutely not what I said. What I said was the parent, the custodial parent, if they're making way more money than the non-custodial parent, okay, they shouldn't put that person on child support. But the point that I'm trying to make is that the non-custodial parent who's working at Walmart or working at Walgreens, that does not mean that just because they make a certain income that they should never be financially responsible for their kid.
Right, you keep talking about that like somebody doesn't understand. My thing is this here, right?
Wait a minute.
It's all about, listen, it's all about what you're going to do as an individual, right? Understand, these children love their parents. Whether you love the man or not, the children love their father. Whether the man loves the woman or not, the children love their mother. Okay? If I don't need no money from you, I don't need to put you on no child support. That's just mean.
But I'm not saying put the person on child support. No, you shouldn't put the person on child support. The only point that I'm making is that the non-custodial parent should still do things financial for their child when they're capable.
What?
You mean to tell me just because you work at Walmart, you can't buy a pair of shoes for your kid?
If he got the money, remember, they still got to pay bills. They got to pay where they live at, unless they're living with you. They're not living with you, right? They got to pay rent somewhere. They may not have it. They ain't like you make a whole lot of money at Walmart.
Oh, and you know what? And shoes ain't that damn expensive either.
See, that's
and it's not even a matter of the kid needing. It's a whole matter of you doing for your kid.
You're saying
what the problem is? Nobody is forcing anybody to do anything. You have a financial responsibility to a child that you created, whether you make a lot of money or not. If a lot of money was the matter with the whole thing, or if that was the issue, you would have never created the child in the first place if money was such an issue. So
I think that they need to. I think that they need to revisit that because if one parent is clearly a multi-millionaire and the other parent is struggling, right? They should change that. They should change that. You don't tax one parent. If you got that kind of money, what do you need money from them for?
You don't. Nobody is asking that person to give them any money. That person's not on child support. The other parent is not asking for any money. But are you just telling me? So when you take the kid out for you have the child from Friday to Sunday, and you're saying to me because you don't make enough money to do anything for the kid, so I should give you money to take the kid out, for an outing? Is that what's expected?
You could probably take the kid. You could probably muster up enough money to take the kid out himself.
I would think so. If you're a father, at least be able to do that.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you give him any money?
Number one, if you're the father and that is your child, I'm not responsible. I am not responsible for my.
This is the way I would do it. This is the way I would do it. You see, I'm not a hateful person. This is the way I would do it.
It has nothing to do with hate, Mac. It has nothing to do with hate.
If I had that kind of money, right?
Uh-huh.
And the mother, right, is in a position where she had to pay child support. Not only would I not want anything from her because I don't need nothing, right? I don't have no problem giving her money to take the kid out. All I need her to do is be a mother. That's it. I don't need her to do nothing else. Just be a mother. I'm a millionaire. What do I care if I give her a few dollars to go take her son out? That's his mother. Here, go have a good time with your mother. Here's a few dollars. I'm not gonna be mean and spiteful to my son's mother.
It has nothing to do with being mean or spiteful, and nobody was saying being mean or spiteful. The fact of the matter is just as an individual person, we all
Right.
have our own responsibilities as an
Yeah,
individual person,
I don't. What
and
I
that's
need her to do, right? And I hear you. All I need her to do is to spend time with her child, be a mother. I got everything else. I'm a multi-millionaire.
But what
What
I'm
do I
saying is that
care?
there is still
What
a
do I
responsibility.
care?
Whether you
Right?
make a
What
little
do
bit of money or a lot of
she
money,
is?
you still
Is
have a
she is?
responsibility to your child.
But she
You cannot
is,
tell me that you don't have a responsibility to your child. Whether you make a little bit or a lot of money, it makes no difference. You have a
in
responsibility to
in a
taking care of that child.
situation like that. In a situation like that, right? I think taxing a parent where they have a financial responsibility or not
Max, that's
is
where you're getting it
unnecessary.
twisted. Nobody is saying tax the
Listen,
disadvantaged
all I'm
parent.
saying is this, right? In a situation like that, it is unnecessary to tax a struggling parent.
Nobody's saying do that. That's not even the
Okay?
argument. That's not my
If I
argument at
got
all.
$100 million, if I got 100 million, 60, $100 million, man, I don't need her. I don't need her money at all. I just need her to show up and be a mother. If she wants to take the boy out, take him to the, what if she ain't got no money here? Here's a couple of $100. Take your boy out and show him a good time. I, what do I care?
You know what? You're totally misunderstanding what I'm saying. You're totally, misconstruing what I'm saying. I am not saying that whatsoever. And to you, crew, I'm not saying that. This has nothing to do with spite. My point is whether you make a little bit money or a lot of money, you still have a responsibility to your child. That is point blank, period. There's no if,
Yeah, but you
and,
don't see how
or
that
spite.
sounds when you have
No,
a
there's no
situation.
spite or anything to do with that. And nobody is
Yeah, but you
saying
don't see
tax
how
the
that
other
sounds when you
parent.
have a
Nobody
situation.
is saying.
Right,
Nobody is saying
right,
tax
but you don't
the
see how that
disadvantaged
sounds.
parent.
Yeah, but you don't see how that sounds to people when you have a situation, right, to where one parent is sitting on a mountain of money, another parent is struggling. That don't jive. That don't sound right.
That's if the other parent is struggling. Just because you make way more money than me doesn't mean that I'm struggling. Let's get that correct right
No,
there.
we talking
Just
about. We're
because
not talking
one
about.
person
We're not
makes
talking
way
about a
more money
parent.
than the other
We're
person
not talking
doesn't
about
mean
a
that you're
parent that's not
struggling.
struggling. We're talking about a parent that's struggling. A parent that works at a Walmart or a Sears or a J.C. Penney or something like that. And you are a famous star, a multi-millionaire, and you going after your child's parent was working at J.C. Penney or what's the other one, Trader Bob's, whatever it is. Come on
Trader Joe.
now, that don't even sound right.
Max, did you put me upstairs yet? Hello? Hello?
Again, crew. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody, welcome to the panel.
The only thing I
CRU
wanted to say.
Reality
Oh,
Royal
yeah.
Knight. What up, crew?
What's up? No, all I wanted to say was like, so I've had custody of my daughter all of her life. Right? My ex-wife now has custody. She's not putting me on. All, all I ever asked for my wife, my ex-wife, was to be a mom and show up. I don't need her money. And she makes more money than me. Do you get me? It's not
Uh-huh.
that, Rhonda. It's not that, Rhonda. If we got the money, I don't need the woman to pay for my child. All she needs to do is show up and braid her hair, take her to
Hold
the
on,
other
let me
shoes.
correct something. Let me correct the First Lady Nick. We're not saying that the parent shouldn't be the parent. All we're saying is that the parent just needs to show up and be a parent. Everything is already provided for them.
Yeah, the financial thing is what I was. That's what gets us thrown off. That's what got me and Max thrown off. Because there are things you can do. Max, if you know how to cut hair, if you know how to walk somebody down to school and teach the boy how to fight, that's being a parent.
Yeah, I
You
just
get
don't. I just don't believe in being mean and hateful and spiteful to people. I just think that, but I would. if the shoe was on the other foot and I had all that money, there's no way I would go after the mother for any kind of child support. For what?
You
There's
already
no
paid for
need.
everything. You already paid for everything, right?
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I just need her to show up and be a mother. Have fun with your have fun with your son
And
or your daughter.
isn't that what breaks us people
Huh?
with money or who would be the people with money is because the people don't show up. So now you gotta
What?
Okay,
pay
let's
for
go.
somebody to show up. That's what breaks you. You know what I mean?
What?
When you got the money.
I'm sorry, go ahead. What happened?
No, I'm saying that's what breaks you, right? So if you say the mother works at Walmart, or say you, the father, works at Walmart or whatever, but you know what days you
Mhm.
work, go show up and take care of your child on your days off. You know what I mean? Go pick the kid up, go take them out to
Yeah,
for
yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I'm saying. Just show up and be a parent.
yeah.
I got the finances. I don't need your finances.
And even if you
Matter of
got a
fact,
bogus shift at
I will
Walmart or
give you
Sears, right?
money.
Just
As a
show up
matter of
after
fact,
work.
if she want to buy the boy something and she don't have the money, I would give her the money
Yeah, that's
so
what
she
I'm
can buy him
saying.
something.
Yep. You don't care, right? You already have the money.
No, a multi-millionaire. What the hell do I care?
Well, here goes a couple $100. Take that motherfucker to the Atlanta Mall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, have fun with your child. I'm
And
not gonna
girl,
be mean to this mother
you're gonna
because
dress him. You're gonna dress him.
no,
Oh,
I think in a situation when a situation like that, when you got a huge gap like that, that has to matter, man.
there. I told you, hey Max. I told you when we were talking on Discord last night, right? My wife
Uh-huh.
makes more money than me, right? But she wants me to put her daughter on my taxes. You get me? Because I make less than her. You get me? So I get more tax refund back, and I split it with her.
Oh, okay.
You get me?
Okay, that's
We still deal with each other as loving people, even though we had a bad divorce and everything. We still get along because of respect.
right.
We don't do spiteful shit, and we try to help each other out by accepting the shit.
Okay.
We help each
Okay,
other.
so let's get back. So where's the Dame Von? You guys are there?
Yep. I just wanted to make that point. I'll come
Yeah,
back
I'm here.
down. Right?
I'm
I'll
here.
go back down.
Okay, let's get back in.
I just wanted to clear that up with you, Vonda. That's all. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Kill
yeah.
my sister.
I got
I
you.
love you.
Right, right. Nah, man, we not fighting and nothing, dude. We just having a little friendly debate.
Hmm.
Yeah, but go ahead, Vonda.
No, my point is I do not have any need to think that the person or the parent that is, making less money needs to be put on child support. That is not what I'm saying whatsoever. My only point is that, yeah, the parent does have to be there. Both parents have to be there. Being a disadvantaged parent doesn't mean that you can't show up and be there for your kid. Yeah, you have to show up there and be there for your kid. All I'm saying is that it doesn't absolve you. That is my only point. It just doesn't absolve you. So, if you can
The
buy your
only thing,
kid what
Vonda, was you put the F word in front of it. The financially.
every time,
Look, it
but you
was
know what? That's the way I feel. It either respect it or don't. But I'm not saying that to be spiteful and be mean or to make the person be on child support. That is not what I'm saying. My point is not that at all. I repeat, my point is not to be spiteful and mean and put someone on child support who can't do the child support. My only point is that just because you make a little bit of money, it does not absolve you of responsibility to your child. And that's just the bottom line. I don't know any other way to say it, but that's what I'm saying. That's
all right.
it.
So now I agree with you now.
That's it.
Wait a minute, cool. Let's see what Dame got to say first before we go. But let Dame speak. Yeah, Dan, you've been listening to this. What's your take on this?
Okay, my take is that she wanted to get back at him. That's the only reason I can see that she would do child support on a guy that's making less than her and her being a star. But that could just as easily backfire, because she makes more than him. The court,
Yeah, I would just say,
mhm.
I'm
Or
sorry,
she got,
go ahead.
or some people misunderstand child support. They associate the child support with the custody, making custody arrangements, or visitation rights. Now, it's also possible that could be misconstrued. Hmm.
Yeah, see, to me, the visitation would be more important. I wouldn't even bother if it's just me. I'm a man, okay. I'm speaking from a man's point of view,
Hmm.
okay. I understand men and women think differently, but to me, I'm not even child support. I don't give a f about that. Uh, what's going on, Nick? You hear something?
So it's not the money, it's the time. Okay, so my stepdad is a barber. Uh, my mom
No,
is a
but you see,
mathematician. No,
yeah, but you
but
see,
there are
my
certain
thing is
things.
this
No,
here,
there are
right?
certain things that
Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa.
there are
Uh,
certain things that you can
um,
teach.
Hold on.
You,
crew. Let Max finish because we do have another topic we want to talk about too now.
okay, I don't mean to interrupt.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Nick, I can't do nothing about the noise in the background right now. That's my reefer running, so it'll stop in a minute. But we just gotta talk over it. What I'm saying is that you know, I don't know whether she has a responsibility or not financially. That wouldn't even matter to me at that point, because I don't need the money one way or the other. I just need her to be a mother. I need her to show up, spend time with her son or her daughter or both, go out with them. If she don't have the money, I will foot the bill. I don't care as long as the kids are happy spending time with their mother. I can give her F about whether she's got responsibility financially. I need her to be responsible as a mother. Period. I need her to spend that quality time with her children. I want the children to be happy spending time with their mother. That's what's important to me. I got the money thing. I got the money thing. I don't need her to do anything financial. And I'm not saying that she should be absolved of it. I'm just saying, that wouldn't even be on my mind. I don't need any of that. What do I need that for? If I got 100 bills in the bank, what do I need that for? It doesn't matter to me if she has a responsibility financially or not. I don't need it.
And if she shows up, then that saves you money on babysitter fees, doesn't it, Matt?
Right, I just need her. Yeah, I just need her to be a mother. But that's just me. I'm a man. That's just the way I think. I'm not saying that Vonda's way is wrong or anything like that. That's just the way I see it. That's what I would do. It wouldn't matter to me. You know.
Okay. So we all agreed that the most
Okay.
important thing is the spending
I gotta
time
go on
with the
mute for a
child.
second, y'all.
All right then. Okay. So um, let's move on to our second topic. Um, um, our
Hold
second.
on, Dang. Wasn't you finna finish the sentence?
Huh? What?
Wasn't you finna finish the sentence before Max went on mute?
No thing.
Before
We're
you
not
fin-
going to the second.
Huh?
wasn't you about
No,
to
we're not
finish the
going to the
sentence?
second topic yet.
No. No. What you was saying, Max?
We're not going to the second topic yet. We got a little derailed. We still
Oh, y'all still wanted to unpack this?
Yeah, you were
yeah, y'all
finishing
still
your
talking
sentence,
about
but
alienation
you were
of
finishing your.
Affection.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Now we got heavy
Okay.
off and we
Oh yeah.
me and Vonda jumped into the child support thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Um. Well, with the alienation of affection, it would make the courts very interesting. I can tell you that much. Um. But the proof that somebody deliberately went into your marriage and did it, um that's gonna be a little hard. And um it's even hard when they do it. So how's it you're gonna prove it when you don't know if they knew about it?
Well, you know what? In this day and age with social media, I mean, it's not surprising to be able to find, some chick, bragging about being with, said dude. And so what if his wife finds out? I don't care. You have, that spiteful type of thing out there. And then everybody's on social media saying everything and doing everything and snapping everything and, putting everything out there. Nowadays, you have more evidence than, what you'd even want to admit to,
Hmm. Yeah.
just in this day and age with the social media age. I think it's easy to, be able to, find something because people just say any and everything.
Okay. Okay. So that okay, the suing for alienation of affection, I could see how that's possible, if the person cheating with your husband is rich. But why would you do it if hey, y'all both are working class or y'all both poor or whatever?
It's basically, what what I saw it as, is basically just holding that person accountable for, doing some wayward, things. You knew this person was married, yet you purposely, had a relationship with this person knowing that they were married and had children, and you didn't care, So you know what? You're responsible too. He gonna pay in court, but you're responsible too. You should have known better,
Mhm.
you know. And
uh
basically that's the way I look at it. That's the way they're treating it, you know.
okay. So
Like you
it sounds like a modern day stoning, you know.
yeah, like the Scarlet Letter. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Scarlet.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, I can
absolutely
see
right.
I can see it kind of happening because I I did know someone who would deliberately choose married men to have relationships with, and I was like, wait a minute, why would you do that? You went through a situation where your husband cheat. Why would you in turn go with a married man?
Uh-huh.
And okay, I don't know if she was joking or not. She said because they're already well trained. I was like, what? She
Hmm.
said because they're already well trained, so she don't have to put any work in it, and she can keep them at a distance. He won't be so all up on
Clingy
her
because
as
he has a
much.
wife and he can only go so far with you.
Yeah, that's what
So
she
I
was
got a
saying.
question.
Uh huh.
I
Mm-hmm.
got a question. I have a question now. With this alienation of affection, does it like just okay? Can she okay? Can you just go after child support, or can you go after possessions too, like property, and cars, and stuff?
I think when you go after the person for alienation of affection, it's for a settlement amount, it's for a dollar amount, and I guess if their only asset was a property, then you could eventually, basically either get them to sell the property and give you the proceeds, or something of that nature. But I don't know if you could specifically go for property, you know, or
Hold on, I can answer that question. I was raised by lawyers. When you sue somebody, yes, you can go back after their properties. So if I sue you, Max, and you're broke, guess what? I get your truck. I get your
Yeah.
house.
So the assets, right?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
get that. The judge will order that.
Because it's a judgment amount, like a dollar amount, and if you don't have that in liquid cash, they'll
Yep.
go against
You
your
sell your shit. You sell your shit, and I
yeah,
own your shit.
yeah,
You
they'll
know what I
go
mean?
against your assets, right?
Oh, okay. So you can go after whatever valuables I got then.
That
Yeah.
add up to that dollar
Okay.
amount.
Take
Yeah.
take that chain off your neck.
Uh,
Take you know what I mean? Hand me that truck. Hand me that,
yeah.
you know what I mean? That house and everything. You know, because that's what the judge will order. You know what I mean?
All right. All right. Okay, everybody. I need y'all to hang tight.
Ooh.
With that being said, all right. Okay, we're getting ready to go into our first break. We will be back with the Quiet Drive. Everybody, hang tight. We'll see you in a few minutes.
All righty. Cars closed, girls and games. Through the years, a lot of things change. Shed a love like a melody. My sweetest moment, are you here with me? Give me all. Giving you. Trust in me. Oh, in my every morning is sweet to me. When you lay next to me, that's what I'm every time I look at you, your smile lets me know you feel me too. Anything I wanna be, I can deal with because you're right here next to me, yeah. We are trust in me. To be trusted in my life. Every moment. So sweet. Every moment is so sweet to me. That's the way our hearts beat. That's what I BGS one. Nothing we can the stars. You meant you and me. Yeah, so my everything. And I can't explain. And I can't complain. You never had a rain. The wind, the wave, the rain, the city. Just you, like you and me, baby. Oh, no. You feel the breeze.
All right, all right. We're back. We're back. We're back.
Max. Okay. Well, thanks, Max. Let's move on to our second topic of mm, our second topic for tonight.
All right.
Yeah. So,
All right, all right, all right. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm
mhm.
sorry about that, guys. Lost connection. Welcome
Hey,
back
Matt.
to the Quiet Drive. Yeah. Welcome back to the Quiet Drive. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Woo, that was a pretty spirited debate. You know what? I just saw the last topic. I said, well, damn, we got that topic coming back up again. So, but uh, but anyway, let's finish up on this topic. Very interesting topic. I didn't know anything about this. I just learned something tonight. I'm about to look more into it, see if I can find some more cases about it. It's very interesting. I didn't know that you can do this to a person. I didn't know that you can sue someone for wrecking your marriage or something like that. I didn't know that existed at all. Do
Hmm.
y'all know of any other cases, or is it just Fantasia's only one you guys know about?
Now, I heard of it. The first case was with a woman, who sued the mistress, because her husband was having an affair. It was nobody famous or anything, but the most famous case has been, with Fantasia. So
Mm.
no, I don't really know of any other. But before I heard about Fantasia, I heard about the first case, and I just thought it was, amazing because, it happens all the time. Women sleeping with other women's husbands, and a lot of times you never hear about, the other woman being held accountable for,
Yeah.
having a relationship with a knowingly married man.
Yeah. Hmm.
And so now a
Mm.
woman can get your assets. And I think in the first case that I heard about, I want to say the wife won. So she got damages against this woman for having an affair with her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gangster. You know what? I kind
You're
of like
right.
that in a way
Hmm.
because, yeah, I mean, if somebody wrecking your home like that, you got a good home, you got kids, and somebody come in there wrecking your home like that, yeah, yeah, there should be some retribution. I agree with that because
Yeah.
you breaking up a happy home, especially if you got kids.
Yeah.
Now you got to split up. The kids gotta go through all of that. Yeah, man, there should be some consequences for that.
Yeah.
It should
If
be heavy consequences. Yeah. Then you
yeah.
want to say anything before we move on to the next topic?
Yeah. If it catches on, it might be a game changer to discourage women who deliberately do go for married men.
Mm.
Hmm. Um, but I have heard, but I don't know enough of the details of a case where there was a man that sued for alienation of affection against the man that was cheating
Oh, yeah.
on
Wait
his
a
wife.
minute. A football player. Wait a minute. Or you know what?
Oh
This might.
yeah, that's right. It was I know who it is too. God damn it. Um,
I want to
damn,
say.
I know who you're talking about too. I just can't get his name right now. Yeah, he played in the NFL.
If I'm not mistaken, or or it may have been on the show, but it's like it's crazy though. But yeah, yeah, that's no joke.
Okay.
Alienation of affection is no joke. If you're going to be going after somebody that's married, then don't be
Yeah.
surprised if the wife, or the husband, because it can go
Uh
both
huh.
ways,
Hmm.
has a problem with
Uh
it. But yeah, like you say, Max, that's gangster.
That is good. Hey, crew, is
Crew,
crew awake?
he's on mute. Crew.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crew. You
cool.
want to add something? You
yeah,
want
I'm
to add
here, but
something
I'm
before
in
we
the.
move
I
on
was
to the
in the
next?
store. I was in the store. Sorry.
You want to add something before we move on to the next topic?
On
Did he hear me?
alienating of
Give him,
affection.
yeah. He said he's in the store.
Okay, all right. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic. This is a part of the Ugly Side of Love series. I just couldn't fit everything in the topic box. When the side chick puts your husband on child support. Now,
Yeah.
wow. I mean, you come home one day and you find a letter on the table from these places that does child support. You open it
Mhm.
up and you see your husband's name along with another lady's name who's bringing charges against her for child support. What's going through your mind?
Oh, extreme rage. I'm sure some anger is definitely
Mhm.
going on at that moment. It's like,
Yeah.
what the heck? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably a little angry right at this moment.
And
Um,
let me, uh-huh.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this though.
mhm.
Mhm.
Does it matter how old the child is?
Um.
The fact that there's an existence of a child, that makes all the difference in the world.
Uh-huh.
So the age, unless there was something super traumatic going on at the time of the child being born, if it's a 12-year-old, yeah, that's going to be a big problem. This been going on for 12 years, you know,
Uh,
as opposed
Okay,
to,
now
oh,
let me.
it's only 4 months,
All right, somebody's got background noise.
Uh.
maybe that might make a difference, you know.
Okay,
But
so
for the most part, no, the age of the child is not going to make a difference. The sheer existence of the child was going to make the difference.
what if the child is like you said? What if the child is 12 years old?
Well, and we've been together for 20 years. That's going to be a big problem because there was a whole lot of overlap up in there. What was going on,
Mhm.
I got to retrace steps. I got to look back at what was going on. Apparently when this child was being conceived, I got to count dates and whatnot. You start second guessing everything about your existence with this person that you've been with when you realize that they had another part to their life that you didn't know anything about.
And let me ask you this here. Let me ask you this here. Now, we talked about alienation of affection, right?
Uh-huh.
Now,
Uh-huh.
you just finding this out. You've been married for 20 some odd years. Now you're getting hit with this. Now
Mhm.
he don't know that you seen the letter. Okay? He
Mhm.
don't know. He's at work or whatever. You home early, you don't check the mail and boom, you don't open it up, right? So the alienation of affection, does this apply here? Because now your home is wrecked.
Uh-huh.
Now she's putting your husband on child support. He's 12 years old. Y'all not separated.
Mhm.
Y'all still married.
Right.
So that means I might
Mhm.
have to be paying child support for a kid, because I'm married to this man who
That ain't
cheated on
mine.
me.
Yeah, but can you go
Mhm.
after her though for alienation of affection simply because you're not estranged from your husband? Y'all still have an active marriage. You wouldn't separate it anyway. And now this child that just got thrown in your lap is about to wreck your marriage.
You probably very well could go after her,
Mhm.
but you'd have to think to yourself, is it worth it? You know,
Now
is
you
it?
just said something interesting, right? You
Mm-hmm.
said you may
Mhm.
have to pay child support. So if she's putting him on child support, The wife is obligated to pay child support too.
You're when
Yeah.
you're married, you usually share debt, so his debt becomes your debt and vice
Wow, I didn't know that.
so if
Well, I know you
he
Yeah.
shared that, but I
let's say
didn't
he
know. Yeah, but I didn't know. Yeah, go ahead.
so if he's not, working, that child doesn't deserve child support. He's married to a woman who is gainfully employed and makes a great income. Her income's going to have to be taxed because he depends on her income, and so will his, illegitimate child. His child will depend
Get
on his
out.
income as
So
well.
get out. So you can't fight that, even though you had nothing to do with that.
You're
No,
attached to this man. You're
you
legally
attach
bound
it.
and attached to this man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, these
His
laws
debts
are
are your
fucked up,
debts.
man. These laws are fucked up, man.
Unless you can
They
prove
got to
that.
do,
I mean, it may
huh?
vary from state to state, but I do believe that, it does trickle down to the wife, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Why should the wife have to do that? That's
She's
ridiculous.
attached to this man. She's attached to this man. Legally,
Man.
she's attached to this man. This man is
Yeah.
her husband.
Yeah.
If
Right,
he
but
has
she
debt, she has
committed
debt.
no. Right, but she committed no offense. She committed no marital offense.
But when you're
She
looking
didn't
at
commit
the
adultery. She didn't get anybody pregnant. She
but when
didn't do
you're
any of that
looking
stuff.
you're looking
But
at the
according to
books
the
and you're
law,
talking about financial responsibility, it's the union. You're attached to this person.
Wow.
You're attached. So
mhm.
Nah,
if
they
he has debt,
gotta.
you have debt, most likely.
Nah, they got. Okay, I can understand like if y'all incur debt or whatever, together and you're working, you pay that off. But this is something completely different. This is an infidelity, a clear infidelity.
Mhm.
Especially if she got DNA results saying that this is definitely his child. This is a
Mhm.
clear. This is
But
against
this
your.
but it's still his
Back.
legal wife. This is still his legal wife. So
Mhm.
their finances are tied. If the
Mhm.
finances are tied, then
Wow,
someone's
man.
coming against him for a judgment. It's going to go up against her if he has no income.
Nah, I don't agree with that. That's
No, that's where I do get it, Vonda. Since you explained it
yeah, I
like
don't
that.
agree with that at all. I mean, they got to
No,
do
no,
something about that.
this is where I do agree with it. Listen to
Mm-hmm,
me, Max. And let me explain it real quick, right?
mm-hmm,
So if they're tied together, right? Because you and your
mm-hmm.
wife are the same person
Yes,
legally, right?
yes. Mm-hmm,
So if Fantasia came and fucked up the marriage and
mm-hmm,
say me and Vonda were married, right?
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
She fucked up my side of the marriage, which is going to have a bad effect on Vonda.
Mm-hmm.
So then Vonda was in her rights to go sue Fantasia for
Yeah,
fucking up what Vonda had going on with me.
But
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I just asked Vonda that. I said, can she go after the woman for alienation of affection? Because for one, you still married actively to your husband,
I mean, and
and
you know what?
uh-huh,
Theoretically, she probably could go against the woman. But when you really look at it, it's like, nickel and diming. I'm gonna go against my emotional anger against the child support of this kid. I'm not gonna do that. I personally wouldn't do it.
man, you better than me. I would be
You
enraged.
know what? At the end of the day, it'd be like there's no win. I might win because she banged my husband, but she's going to win because my husband who banged her got her pregnant and he ain't got
Mhm.
no job. And so it's going to cancel each other out, which means that this kid is not going to be getting some support. And you know what?
And
If I
then also going through the courts will be wrecking the kid doing that by
I
going to
so
court and being
You
mad
I
at
see,
each
personally
other.
wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, you know what? I'd let his sorry ass go. But
Mhm.
until I would pay what I needed to pay until I didn't have to pay it. But I'd be trying to do what I could not to pay it because it ain't my kid. We'd be getting a divorce and he'd be going his own way and pay his own damn child support. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna drag
No,
it.
but Vanna, you would sue Fantasia though, wouldn't you? If she got
If
in the
I was
way
the
of our
wife,
marriage.
if I
Yeah,
was the wife, no,
you wouldn't?
no.
Yeah,
Would
but
you
she just caused.
you would be on my ass though to
Okay,
make
but
sure
hey,
that the child
You
is
know
taken
what?
care of. But
Fantasia didn't cause it. His rank dick is what
now we're
caused
not
the
talking
problem.
about Fantasia. No, no, no.
It
We
wasn't
don't moved
Fantasia.
into the other. We're talking about a
oh,
side
okay,
chick.
okay, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. I'm a little slow, Max. My bad.
But my thing is this here though, right? She don't wreck your marriage. Now, what if it's proven that she knew you were married? I mean, a child is 12 years old for crying out loud. She gotta know you were married.
But you know what? If it's been going on for 12 years, am I really that blind that I didn't know something was going on? I, some I come on now. So I had to know something. This kid 12 years old. Sometimes we tend to look the other way.
I don't
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
like.
play the total victim and be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Yeah, he was wrong and dirty, for getting
Mhm.
someone outside the marriage, pregnant.
And y'all
Yeah,
ladies,
I don't.
y'all ladies do put on the blinders sometimes.
No,
What am I
I
doing?
Don't
don't.
y'all, don't y'all,
Yeah, I'm
Vonda?
not rocking with. I'm not rocking with. You got to pay for his infidelity. I can't rock with that. I mean, something got to be done about that because if he's gonna go out right and commit adultery and have a whole another child with another woman, that's a family. He got a family now.
I would be getting a divorce from his ass. That way I wouldn't have to continue to be responsible. But
And
what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna sit up here and fight this woman, you know, because it just keeps it going. And she probably ain't got no money anyway. So why am I fighting her? I'm gonna pay her this couple months or however many months I'm gonna pay a child support for his sorry ass. Because that just means this kid's not getting money. If he don't pay it and I don't pay it, that means the kid's not getting any money. I'm not mad at the kid. He the sorry ass, not her.
no, I disagree. I disagree somewhat, Vonda. Just somewhat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because some girls, they don't mind you having a side chick, as long as you coming back home and paying the
Yeah, but
bills.
that wouldn't be the case with me. And that's why I'm saying I'm getting a divorce and I'm going to pay for as long as the law states, for me to pay. Because if he didn't have an income, of course I have to pay. We're attached, but we're not going to stay attached because I'm not going to continue to pay for his infidelity. At some point,
I
he's
get
going to
you.
have to pay for it. But
Yeah,
I'm not going to fight this woman because she slept with a married man because just as well as she knew he was married, he knew he was married.
yeah.
It wasn't a
And that's
surprise
where
or
that's
shock to
where
him.
and that's where sometimes I don't call it infidelity because if she does know how I am, right, and she does know I go out and go pick up chicks also, but I come home and deal with her, right? I'm just saying, is it infidelity because you already know what is going on?
It's
I didn't
it's
lie to you.
you know what? It depends
I
on
didn't lie to
it,
you.
it,
I
it
told you
depends,
I was at
but
the strip
true.
club last night and I
It
come back
depends
home.
on the arrangement that you have with your wife. If you have a true arrangement with her and she knows that you're out there I'm just for lack of better words, out there just banging other chicks and she knows you're doing it, at some point, dude, you got to be responsible about your banging. You can't be banging raw and getting other
Yeah,
strippers and
no, you
women
don't bring
pregnant.
nothing back home. You don't bring nothing back
And
home.
that's just what it is. If she's going to be dealing with it, I guess there has to be some point, or she just ain't going to deal with you anymore and you guys are going to be divorced. But if
Yeah,
you're saying, oh well, she knows, you got to have some damn decorum about how you behave and carry
yeah,
yourself.
be quiet about it. Like if you're an NBA player or a rapper or something like that, they
Yeah,
all
and
know you got groupies. They know
that's
every
the
time you leave town, but that's why she's with you because you are Future. You are Kobe. You are Michael. You are one of those guys. You get me?
mm-hmm.
And every time you leave town, you already know what's going on. You know what I mean? Every
Yeah.
time you go out the city, you already know what's going on. The cheerleaders after you. The little girls out there, they're after you. You get me?
But at some point you do have to behave
Yeah,
responsible.
yeah. You just don't bring them back home. You don't bring that back to your
It's
wife,
like give me a break.
because
You know.
then otherwise, that's where you get, excuse me, blessed over in the game. Because your wife is going to do
I
that to
can't.
you.
I
Because
can't.
if you're a millionaire and you went and brought something back home to your wife, now you've got
No,
issues.
I can't. I can't. I can't rock with that, man. she gonna have to get some heat.
What?
How?
I
What?
said she gonna have to get some heat.
No, I think it's all on the dude. Max, if you're
I
Kobe
can't rock with
Bryant,
that because
if you're
for
rich,
one,
if you're the rich nigga,
see, the
Max.
reason why I can't rock with it is because she had to know that he was married. I mean, you don't
Oh
show up with
yeah,
no 12-year-old kid and you don't know this man is married.
but Max, don't you understand? It's still on you. You're the man, right? You still know who
I'm
your
not.
wife is.
Yeah,
He
I'm
didn't
not.
know who he
But
was married to. He didn't know who he had vows with.
And
no,
then
I'm
you went
not
and
saying that
you
he
went
didn't
and
know.
you went
I'm
and put
saying
a
she
you
still.
went and put another issue out there
I
behind your
think
wife's
both of
back.
them. Now, but you see, what we're doing is we're saying one is more wrong than the other. They both wrong. She messing with a married man and got pregnant by a married man.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
she
they're
going
both
to that
I
equal.
agree
married
with that, man.
man talking about some child support and done wrecked his man. Well, which is getting ready to wreck his marriage. Now he's responsible too for his infidelity, but she also wrong too for continuing to mess with a married man. Didn't have a baby by him.
Oh yes, they're both exactly wrong, Max. You're
Yeah, I'm
correct.
not going
They're
to sit
both
up here and
exact.
say she doesn't have any fault in this.
Nobody said that. They're both exactly wrong. 1,000% on each side.
Nah,
You get me?
man,
They're both
that's
wrong. They're both wrong. But I wouldn't say like I'm not taking Vonda's side to say maybe okay, Vonda sue the girl. I'm saying
Mm-mm.
that's
you need
outside.
to
It's
be
not
on your
about
I
size
husband's
here,
wouldn't even
ass.
man.
bother with
Hey,
that.
listen, can we please stop? Okay, let me say something. Look, people, we're just having a little bit of spirit, but there's nobody fighting. Okay,
Oh no, we're not fighting at all. We're just having a spirited
not about taking
discussion.
anybody's time. We're just having a discussion about a topic that happens to be a little intense. That's all it is. Nobody's fighting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we're all gonna be
Okay,
friends
so
tomorrow,
so
right? And we're all gonna
yeah,
be friends tomorrow.
we're friends now.
Mm-hmm.
I love these ladies, man. I be with these ladies with me. These ladies rocking me every day.
I'm not a
There's
lady,
no
Max.
animosity here. We're just having a little intense debate. That's all it is, man. Let's stop with the sides and people saying we're fighting. We're not doing any of that. Anyway, so
Max, I'm not a lady. I'm not a lady.
You're not a lady. You're crew. We got you. You're
shout
crew.
out to Jay Shine in the house. But no, but what I'm saying is,
Hey,
Hey,
shout out
Jay.
I
Jay
can't,
Sean.
I
Shout out.
can't walk away. Yeah, I can't walk away, and she just not. I mean,
Damn, Jay Shine,
so
jump up here, dog. This is the conversation. You would be well spoken in this. Jay Shine is
I'm just
exactly the
saying,
person that
man,
we.
something gotta happen. Okay, so okay, she ain't got no money. I don't know, man. Something I can't see her getting away. But then again, thinking about what Vonda said about the child, I mean, is it really worth it to hurt the child? You
No,
know,
I don't think so.
no, you're right. Thinking about that, then yeah, you're right. Then it wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't be worth it because then you'll be hurting the child, and
And that's
that's
not
his
what I'm
mother.
about.
Yeah,
Not about
right.
that. Not
Yeah,
even about hurting her. And she was, in some wrong if she knew she was having an affair with my husband and she knew he was my husband. Regardless of whatever stone cold lie he was telling her to her face, she knew she was wrong. But I am not gonna rub a child's nose in that. And at the same time, I'm going to be getting rid of him. So if I'm obligated to pay the child support because I'm attached to this bum, I'm going to do it until I'm no longer attached to this bum. I mean, past the divorce
yeah,
or the settlement, I don't feel like I'm responsible to this child, but I'm not going to sit up here, oh, well, now I'm going to sue her out of some spiteful stuff. I'm not
yeah.
going
It
to do
just yeah, I know. It
I
just
do
sounds
think I
so
do.
wrong. It just sounds so wrong though that she shows up 12 years later with a 12-year-old kid talking about some child support.
No,
Like
no,
you
that's
didn't know he
wrong.
was married. I mean, it just sounds so wrong for her to get away. But when you really look at it, it's not worth it for the child.
And
that.
It's
that,
not worth it.
and doesn't that
That's
look
the
like
only
that?
parent he has. That's
Max,
the only
doesn't that
parent he
look?
has that's taking care of him.
Max, doesn't that look like the old Me Too shit? You got me 30 years later for some shit you said I did in high school.
Yeah, but you're right. You definitely got to get a divorce from that nigga because he's gonna have to wear that.
I'm not trying to send his kid to college, so we do got to get a
No, but who
divorce.
would you be madder at?
Yeah,
Are
you
you
got.
madder
Yeah,
at the
you got.
girl? Or
Yeah, you got to.
are you madder at your ex-husband?
I'm madder at my husband because I had a commitment with him. I don't know her from Adam. I just know that she happens to be the mother of his child. I don't know her.
Yeah.
She's not if she's not my sister, my cousin, or my friend,
She has no obligation to you at all,
she
right?
has no
So
obligation to me. She
I
has
so
a
mean,
moral
that's
you
fucked
obligation to
up,
have to be
man.
mad
herself.
at your husband, right? You have to be
I'm
mad
mad
at
at
your
my
husband.
husband. That's who I'm married to, my husband, not her.
I mean, that's fucked up. Who the hell does that? Like, yo, your child 12 years, 12. I mean, what kind of conversation is that when he comes home? I just got this letter saying that you are the father of a 12-year-old child. I mean, what the?
Now
Wow.
wait a minute. Wait a minute, Matt, True. I just thought about
Uh,
something. Listen, are you guys listening?
Yeah, I'm
right.
listening.
Okay, this child is 12 years old, and I just find out. What if there's arrearages, back child support? Oh, hell no.
And
I'm
that's all
revoked
on your
everything.
credit. That's all
Oh,
on your credit, ain't it, Father?
oh, we're getting divorced
You ain't fucking.
today. We're getting divorced 12 minutes ago. Are you kidding me? 12
Yeah, he,
years of
yeah, he need to.
arrearages? 12
He need to kick.
years?
He need to kick his teeth out too.
No. I thought if the baby was 6 months, that's different if I have to pay that child support and
Hey,
school's
get his
not working.
teeth
But
Yeah, here go
12
kicked
a
out.
couple
years?
thousand. Here go a couple thousand, right? 12 years. Oh my God,
We're not
I
getting
I would have paid off a house.
they're taking the taxes, the next year's taxes, everything. Oh hell no, we're getting a divorce.
And
We're getting
Motherfucker,
divorced. I
motherfucker could have bought a house with 12 years of child support.
No, you know what? That's where the separation. I just thought about that. If that child is 12 years old, that means I owe, and if he's not working, I owe for the arrearages for 12 years of back child support. No,
That's a
thank you.
that's a lot of
Adios,
that's a lot of
adios,
money.
adios. Bye bye.
he need to kick his
That's
teeth
a lot
out.
of money.
Oh hell no! Wait a minute. See, that's a whole other component. I didn't think about that. Like I said, if the baby was 6 months, that's a different story. But we're talking about a 12-year-old, and I have to pay his 12 years back child support. And he and I was married that whole entire time. Hell no.
And
And
he's
who
a
the
broke
hell?
nigga too. Like, oh shit.
You know what? If we were married that long, he just got broke. That wasn't how it all came about. He just got broke. Something happened. I don't know what he was doing,
And
but something
that
happened.
shit, that's some crazy man. Look,
He
somebody
just,
gonna
just
kick,
brother, he
man.
said he just recently went broke. Right.
Yeah, he just got broke. Come on, crew. Let's keep it real. He wasn't broke the whole 12 years. I mean, what was we
You
doing?
gonna be broke
Right.
now.
Well,
12 years
shit.
in the
If
rear.
if well, damn. If I got
We're
to
both
pay,
broke. We're both broke. We can't even pay for the divorce.
no, we
Hey,
about to
you
get
broke
divorced, and,
now.
and we're gonna agree on everything. We're getting divorced. We're agreeing on everything. We don't need a lawyer. We're gonna take
Right.
care of it
We
ourselves.
just go to the county judge and just sign the paper.
Yeah, but they
We
gotta
don't even
do something about that law.
And he's going to agree with whatever I say because he's about to pay his own child support. I'm not paying that whole
Yeah, but they gotta take.
hundred
Yeah,
and seventy
yeah, but they
five
gotta do
thousand
something
dollar
about.
arrearages. I'm not paying that.
Yeah, but they gotta do something about that law, man. That's a crazy ass law.
Hey, what's going on,
So,
everybody?
Hey, Neat,
hey,
how you doing?
what's going on,
I'm
Queen of the E
fine.
Nation?
I'm
What's going
fine.
on?
I
Hey
had to
Neek,
jump
what's
in
up?
here. What's going on, y'all? I had to
Uh huh.
jump in here because I, I'm sorry. Y'all can judge me all y'all want, but fuck that. I'm suing. I want my money back. If I have to pay for some baby I didn't help make, no, Pam, no, ma'am. You ain't getting a red
Okay, so you going with
nickel.
the affiliation of I'm sorry, the alienation of affiliation.
The alienation of
Damn, I said
affection.
Nation of
affiliation.
affection, of
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
suing
affection.
both they asses.
So
Y'all
Nick,
can
you
work
gonna
that
sue the
child
girl?
support out
You gonna sue
between
the
y'all.
girl
I'm
that
not.
didn't even know? You gonna sue the
I
girl
know
that
because
didn't
this
even know?
sounds so wrong that she would get away, but then again, what about the child though?
That ain't my business.
And
I didn't have to make
what if
that
the
baby.
girl didn't
I'm
know?
But
What if
Neek,
good.
the
Neek,
girl didn't know he was married?
Neek, but Neek,
I am.
if he's already broke, you guys are
Mm,
married and you guys are financially attached, you're paying for that kid anyway. You have
that's
to
why I'm getting
pay.
my money back. That's why I'm getting my money back.
I
I'm
would
getting
just
my money
divorce his
back
ass. I would
until
divorce
they
his ass. It would be a
until we.
speedy
Yes,
divorce. We're
that's
going
all
to
I'm asking
I
you.
feel
Tijuana.
like I feel like what about my kids? Like that money is coming out my kids'
That's
mouth
all
because
I'm
them
asking you,
kids that
Nick.
I
If
didn't
the,
help
the
But you
raise.
girl
know
didn't
what?
know,
But Neek,
if
Neek,
the girl didn't know
those
and
are
her
your
husband
kid's
was lying
sibling.
to you.
That's your kid's sibling. That's
I,
Yes.
your kid's older brother or sister.
call me mean, call me spiteful. I don't give a shit. No, no
Yeah,
hell,
Well,
no
you
yeah.
know what?
ma'am.
I call it real. You keeping
Nick's
it
gonna be
real.
the wicked stepmom.
No,
But no, Neek, I was
Like
okay
anytime
with
that kid
paying it
come over,
because I was thinking the kid was like 4 or 5 months or whatever. But wait a minute, we were talking about 12 years of arrearages. I'm not willing to pay near niggas 12
Yeah,
years
that's
of
it.
arrearages for his child support.
exactly,
I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
that's
do that.
ridiculous.
exactly.
We're getting divorced like 12 days ago. I'm done.
Yeah, no, you out of here. You out of here, buddy. You and all your child support.
I
Girl,
mean, that's
no,
insane, man.
no, that ain't right. That's just not right. And I don't think that's cool.
Right. We could work the whole sibling thing out after you get out my house. And I know that financial burden is not coming my way. We could work that out some other time. But as of right now, oh hell no. No.
But you know what? I can't even be mad at you for that, Neek. That's it's just a difference of how you would do it versus how I would do it. But you know what? I can't even be mad at you. I totally respect
See, I
that.
want to do it that. See, I want to do it that way too. But then I'm thinking about the child. Though, is it going to hurt the child?
Well, nobody was
yeah.
thinking
So,
about
ladies,
me when they
how
made
would y'all
that
deal
child.
with
I don't care.
how would you deal with the fact that your child that was issued by the husband has to deal with their sibling, like you asked, Vonda? So
Like I said,
when
we'll
your
work
own
that out.
issue
We'll
sibling
work
has to
that out
come over
further
and
along down the line. I'm not, no, I'm not that, no.
you
I'm
wouldn't
not
be
that
equal
loving,
to that
forgiving
child,
person.
though.
At
You
the
wouldn't be
time,
equal
I'm
to
gonna
your
be so.
child's sibling, would you?
I would basically really just want to cut my losses with this dude because I would be so
Yeah, but
out
here's my
done
thing,
with his
though, right?
ass.
Here's my thing, though, right? If the child is 12 years old, then he had to been sending her money at some point. She only showing up probably because the money is cut off.
Right. Something was going,
Or it's
or they
been
was
very
still going
sporadic.
on,
Usually
or
it's
it was
because the
still
money's
going on
very
all this
sporadic.
years, or
Yeah,
they
the
were
money.
still messing around, or they were still messing around
Y'all
here and
ladies,
there
y'all
all this
ladies haven't
time.
answered my question. What happens with the child's sibling that needs to come visit your issue?
We'll work
What do
that
you,
out
what
at
do
a
you,
later date
yeah, and what
when
do you
I
mean?
calm down and come to terms with it. That's not something
First,
you can find out and just be like, oh, okay,
okay,
bring your
come over
kid over
next
next
week for
week.
a visit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
You gotta
no,
let it soak in a little bit. You the one you knew about me, so you've been cheating with this damn dog for the last 12 years. You already knew what it
exactly.
was. So it's not a shock to you, but heifer, it's a shock to me. So let
And
me be
then
in my
and then
feelings for a
just
few
think
minutes.
about this.
Hey,
And
Nick,
just think about
would it
my
be
kids
different
now.
if she never knew that he was married
But how
and he
she
And
knew
presented it?
for
that?
12
If
years,
she
for 12
no,
No,
years,
no.
for 12 years,
If he had the issue with him, right? But then finds out that he's married, but she never
no.
knew he was married in the first place. Would that change your mind about it
it
and
would
how you
Come on.
change.
deal
It
with
would
him?
only if you believed it. But for 12
I
years, at
wouldn't
some
believe that
point,
at all.
she knew something was going on.
No,
What she
it's
12
thought.
a
years.
12 year,
She
it's a
had to
12-year
know.
old.
She had to
Yeah,
know
Oh,
because
it's a
12
that 12
years.
year-old
years,
Cool.
child.
Stop.
I'm saying,
yeah,
That's
man,
unrealistic.
I'm
Ain't
saying,
ain't
okay,
ain't
say
nobody
I was,
that damn dumb. Ain't nobody
no,
that
say,
damn dumb.
look, say I was married, right? And then I go out and leave my wife at home and I go pick up a chick while I'm out,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I don't tell her that I'm married and I go
Mm-hmm.
run game on her. She never
Mm-hmm.
knew I was married. Would
For
that
12
change?
years.
No, I had an issue with her. And then, you know what I mean? That's where the child came from. And now,
The
after the
child was
child,
an issue?
now you
What?
find out that I'm married. You get it? Right after the child is born, right after you find out that you're pregnant, the side chick finance she paid. Oh, girl, I'm married. Hold on, I ain't dealing with you. Now, what
But
happened if
that
you
was
find out
12
that
years
your husband
ago.
was full of
So
shit?
she knew.
She knew 12 years ago.
She knew.
Whoa.
If the
So
And
child is
now
then
12
that
I got
goes
years
back to
old,
Max's point that dude was paying some money for her to shut up, right? Because he didn't bring the shit until the money came off, right?
maybe the
yeah,
money
that's
was
their
very,
problem.
very
Look, ain't
not.
none of
It was exactly like Nick said. I'm not trying to get in y'all's business. Y'all
right.
was
That ain't
having
got
this
shit to
whole
do with
full
me.
on relationship, and I didn't have shit to do with it. So guess what? I don't want to be financially responsible for it. So
Exactly. Thank you.
I understand, and that would be my beef. I would try to get away from it as quickly as possible. But I would feel a little sentimental about the child because I'd be like, okay, well, I'm not gonna sue this woman, for alienation of affection. But if I have to pay this child support until me and him are divorced, I'll do it. You know, but I'm not
Just for
paying
the
his
child's sake,
whole.
right?
I'm
Just,
for the child's sake, for the sake of a child, but not for her ass. It has nothing to do with her. It has to do with the child. It has everything to do with the child and nothing to do with him or her.
See, my point of view, I'm an eye for an eye type of person. I'm sorry, judge me all you want, but nobody was thinking about my kids when they made this goddamn baby.
No, I'm not judging you at
So,
all because you know what? You are absolutely correct. And I feel you for feeling exactly the way you feel because you know what? How come your kids are not just as important? Why the
exact,
hell
and this is my
another
point.
kid? Yep. And so I feel exactly the same way. It doesn't make you any, different than me. You feel you're doing what you feel is best. And what you're doing is best for your kids. 110%. I am with you on that. I have absolutely no problem with that.
and y'all just have
Absolutely.
different views on how to deal with it. You know,
Exactly. And
somebody
that's
would have
all it
shot
boils
somebody,
down
and
to.
somebody would have stabbed somebody. But
That's
I
all it boils
respect you
down
for
to
your
is how
opinion.
we choose to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? One is not better than the other. It's just a matter of how you choose to deal with it. But, do I think that, her way of dealing with it was wrong? Absolutely not. Because in my heart, that's how I feel. Fuck you and the kids you made. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
You just said everything in a nutshell, Rhonda. That's exactly how I would feel. That's what
Yep.
y'all was saying when y'all was making that baby about me. Fuck her and those kids. We gonna make this baby.
No. See, Nick. My thing is that even though, so my ex-wife has a child by somebody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
That child is still my daughter's sister,
Mm-hmm.
and my daughter loves her sister, and I love my
Mm-hmm.
daughter, so I have to make
Mm-hmm.
sure my daughter's correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing. That's how Vanna is coming at it. Like, okay,
Right,
I'll
I
do
get
it
all
just
that. I
right.
get that. But in the moment when I find out, my kids don't even know this other kid exists. So it's no
Exactly.
love. It ain't none of that
So,
happening. It's no
yep,
bond. It's nothing that's
Oh,
involved.
you're
We
going from that
figure
angle.
exactly.
that
Yeah,
later.
So
we
We
do
she
know
figure
so
about each
that
she's
other.
later.
so
But in the
you're
moment,
right. You're right.
in
You're
Yeah,
the
justified
moment,
in feeling that way.
in the moment, that kid don't have nothing to do with my children. In the moment, they don't know that baby or that almost grown person. You 12.
Yep. You're right. Say it again, Neek. She said that almost grown person. And in your eyes, that's what it is. This nigga
Now I
was,
got to explain this
dipping and
to my
dabbing.
kids.
Exactly. Well, mommy, who's Jimmy? Well, that's your
that's
brother.
your brother.
You
From
know.
where?
Eh,
Where he's
Yeah,
Well,
18 years old.
you're
Get,
no good.
how
Sorry,
somebody?
limp dick daddy was doing his extra on the side. It's like,
Well,
well,
I guess he
shit.
wasn't so limp though.
Whatever. Shut up, uh, crew. Well, shit,
My
that's
bad.
what it is. No, I feel unique. I totally feel you. So yeah, sis, in my heart, I'm telling you, I'm feeling every bit of all of that, and I don't fault you not one bit. You are 100% justified in your feelings because you know what, you're mother to your children. And if this nigga want to act, unjust in his way of how he's dealing with shit, I'd be damned if you take another child and push it in front of your kids that you carried around for 9 months and you have to take care of, regardless of what his situation is. So no, no,
All right,
I
so
don't.
Vonnie,
exactly. Against
might I
my
say this
will.
to y'all ladies, if I may?
What?
Um, So I know a few people, a lot of my people that I grew up with, right, in Chicago, um, two, three baby mamas, right? And have all the kids over there at their house at the same time. Grandma loves all of them. You know what I mean? Sister, you know what I mean? Auntie and you know what I mean? Uncle and everybody loved all of them. All of the kids will be at my house. My friends' kids will be at my house. And they've got two or three baby mothers. And all the baby mothers have pulled up in the driveway, in my driveway at the same time. Imagine how that was.
Hmm.
But yeah, but the nigga takes care of all of his kids together and all of the girls, right? So say you're my wife, Neek, and Vonda's my wife, streetwise. You know what I mean? Baby mama one, baby mama two, right? But y'all
Hmm.
get along and Vonda will babysit your kids, Neek, and Neek, you will babysit Vonda's kids. This is how I see shit. This is what happens in Chicago. This is what happens with black folks. We actually take care of our kids.
Because it has to do with the kids. Because you know what? My thing is that, I had nothing to do with this other child being made, but you know what? This child's related to my daughter, my son. This is their
Mm-hmm.
sibling. So I don't hate this kid. This kid had absolutely nothing to do with it. So it is
Yeah, I don't hate the
outside.
kid
It's
either, but
yeah,
still,
it's completely outside of this kid. But
I'm
at
very
the point,
indifferent towards the kid.
you know what,
I'm
Neek,
indifferent at this point.
that's very real. That's very real and understanding. That's very real and understanding. But I think the more that you're able to separate yourself from the man will better the relationship that you have with that child. Not that you have to have a relationship with that child, but you need to facilitate a relationship of that
With
child
the
with your
kids.
children.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, of course, you got to
And
come around to that at some point, but I'm not going to be like, if I find out, like, oh my God, my kids need to meet this kid. Like, no. Because you have to think
Oh yeah,
also, that's going to
you're
be
not
a
gonna chase
constant
down a
reminder
sibling.
of a betrayal. This kid will be a constant reminder of a betrayal.
All right,
mhm.
so I look at it like this, because my daughter's sister looks just like my daughter, looks just like my ex-wife, but I know she had that with another dude. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I still have to deal with the fact that my daughter likes her sister.
Yeah, that's her sister, and whatever makes your daughter happy is going to make you happy. And you don't take it personal. Like, okay, well, this is
Yeah,
not my blood child. You're like, that has nothing to do with it. This is what makes my daughter happy.
and if something happens to my daughter's sister, is it my daughter's mom gonna be very upset?
Yep, which is going to affect
Maybe
who? Your
my
daughter.
daughter.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's why my daughter's sister has to be like. That's why I explained that story. Like I've seen people with two, three, four baby moms, and all three, four baby moms is in my driveway,
But you got to realize too
and
that
all of their kids are cool and kicking it.
any
You know,
child that your daughter's mother has is going to be, she's going to be the mother of that child. But that doesn't mean that she's still not the mother of your child. So if she
Right.
has 10 more kids, she's going to
yep,
still be the mother of your child.
exactly, and that's why nothing can happen to her.
Exactly. Because she's still the mother of your child. So she has to be okay. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many kids she has to be okay. And you can't have a personal, issue with the kids that she's having, you know, because she's still your daughter's mother.
Yep. Now I'll tell you, sometimes raising y'all ladies, but sometimes when we're raising you girls, when y'all are teenagers, my daughter is jealous of her cousin. Like very, very jealous because me and her mom was divorced, but she's jealous of her cousin. You know how y'all get that way? Do you remember any of that, Vonda?
What do you mean,
When you were a
crew?
teenager, jealous of your siblings, jealous of your sister or anything like that? Because my daughter is jealous of her cousin.
No, I didn't have that, but I had that projected towards me. But when you're a teenager, you're so unsure of yourself that, you can go either way. It's 50-50. You know, you can go that way until you become more secure in who you are. And that's really where jealousy comes from, is some insecurity that you have in yourself most of the times.
Yeah, like you don't feel like, well, I say I'm the fucking man. You know what I mean? So I don't get jealous of nobody. You say I'm the bad bitch. You know what I mean? You're not jealous
Hmm.
of anybody.
Or you're
You just
secure in yourself that even if there's another bitch that's badder than you for that moment, everybody has their place. You're not going to always be number one top notch every single time. And if you are a bad bitch, you understand that, and you're not, going to be broken up over that. You're like, oh, okay.
yeah, I lost today. There's always tomorrow.
Exactly. And then that's just the laws of nature. You know what I'm saying? There's going to always be somebody better, bigger, prettier, more talented. Always going to be somebody else who's more than you are.
At any single moment. You can be
Exactly.
the
So,
best at a certain moment, but you're
yep,
not the best at all moments. You can't be all of everything at all times.
you have to love
It's
yourself, and you
tiring.
have to know that you're
Tiring.
okay. Yeah, because you're never going to always stay on top. That's just like being an athlete. If you've ever looked at any type of athletic sport, you can see when the greats, when they start to lose their edge. You knew when they were in their prime, and when they started to lose their edge, you could see that as someone who followed this particular person in this particular sport.
Kobe and AI both crossed over Jordan. That doesn't
Hmm.
mean Jordan isn't the greatest, but both of them motherfuckers crossed over Jordan at one time on the basketball court. You know what I mean? Jordan is not the greatest at all times. He's the greatest of all time, but he's not the greatest at all times. Like you're saying, Ron.
Yep, I agree. I agree. Where'd everybody go? Is Max still there? Dame, are you guys still there? Neek, you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Well, what's so funny about this topic, right?
Okay.
The way Max explained that, like just getting this letter in the mail, is so funny because I had an experience like that. It wasn't my situation, but my brother
Uh-huh.
had a baby with a girl, and he didn't know about the baby. Nobody knew about this baby until I got a letter from the courts that she had been placed in foster care, and they was trying to find him. So she was
Wow.
almost, my niece was almost a year old when he found out he had another daughter. And
Wow.
his other children still don't know about her to this day. And
Oh,
she's 6.
wow. Well, you know what? And that's just the way that it happens. I mean, my family, we're going to be having a family reunion. And because of Ancestry.com, I found out we have another cousin, and we're not even sure who the father is. We're trying to figure out which uncle was in this area, dealing with these people at this certain amount of time, but the DNA hooked this person up to our family. So we have another cousin we have no idea about, and we're trying to figure out who his dad is, because his daddy was out
Wow.
doing some
All right.
dipping and
So,
and diving.
Vonda, Neek,
Hmm.
this is what the manosphere side complains about. If you have an issue with somebody, if we went out on a date and we spent the night in a hotel, shouldn't you tell me if I've issued you something? Shouldn't I know that I have an issue out there so that I can take care of my issue?
Are
Um,
you referring to the baby as an issue?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was about to say. Is that what the issue is? The baby the issue?
yeah, the baby is what you've issued. The baby is what we've issued. We've issued that out into the world. The baby is an issue. Now, shouldn't I know about my issue?
Yeah, but I mean, what's the relationship? Are we, are we communicating with each other? I mean, you
No.
know,
So what I'm saying is like how you would y'all were just talking about you find out about cousins you didn't know of or this that.
mhm.
If I got you pregnant, you should tell me that I got you pregnant and I can help you. I can take care
But
of
like
our
she
issue.
said, what's the communication? I mean, if
But
it was just a quick
if the
jump off and they had no
exactly,
communication after that, and she had no way to contact them,
yeah,
how
if
could
I
she let him know
So
if
then
she knows nothing
here's
about
where it goes. Here's where it
ex,
goes then. It goes to
exact
where you don't know that motherfucker that you just lay down with.
it? Yeah, just like he
so,
doesn't know her.
yeah,
I mean, why is
exactly. So,
this?
sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's
But
like that.
yes, but he's not supposed to be chasing her down to find out about his issue. She should be telling him that he has an issue so that he can go deal with it.
But this is what happened, crew. Are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening.
He he left her with a deposit and no return address and no phone number. Okay? He
How
left
come she
he
didn't have the return address? How come she didn't have the
listen,
return address and phone number before
listen,
the deposit was able to be made?
because of the situation in which they met. Sometimes it's like that. So in that instance, when you're dealing with that type of situation, both parties are responsible for
Exactly.
what happens. It's not just how
Yes,
come
but
she didn't
I
know,
get that,
because
but you're carrying the
he didn't.
issue for 9 months and you should be able to get at me. You should have my phone number or something to
But
where
if
you,
but don't you know where you're leaving your deposits? If you're leaving a deposit, don't
now
you at least have
I
a
agree
name?
with that. I agree with that.
Yeah. So you're
I
not just
don't need
leaving
the
random
deposit
deposits
from you.
anywhere, right? You're not leaving them randomly anywhere. So if you're leaving a deposit somewhere, I think you would really want to make sure you know where you're leaving your deposit. In addition to the person who's receiving the deposit should know who's putting it there.
I agree. I agree. So we're on the same page. I agree.
Okay.
I agree with you.
All right. Okay.
I 100% agree with
So it's not a one-sided thing. If you're leaving a deposit and I'm receiving it, I think both parties should be aware of who's doing what, when, where, and who.
Right. And just a disclaimer, we are not promoting random sex for people you don't know. Like, yeah,
Exactly. Not at
nobody up here
all.
is saying that's
you.
okay.
That is exactly what we're talking against, right?
Yeah.
You should have my
Because
phone number. You should know my parent
yeah,
before we
because
it's courtship, right? I
But
should
we
be
all
holding your hand
understand the
and
time today.
walking down the river with you
and
on some
even
sympathy.
and even if you don't know my name and I have no idea what your name is, how about we use some precautions, because there are inventions that took place where if
They always break on me. They always
they
break on
they,
me.
they may break, but let's make sure that they're implemented. Let's just at least start there. Sometimes people don't
And
even
they
use
don't even
those. They don't
no,
even
they
start there, crew.
hold on,
Don't even
Vonda.
start
Hold
there.
on, Vonda, because if I tell you about me, oh Lord, they don't work. They don't work,
Okay,
so I don't even implement
so
them.
so we're
Pull out
we're
name
just
is
gonna
awesome.
we're gonna say that crew is super super stuff, and that just doesn't work with you. You're an exception to the rule, or the rule to the exception. Let's
Yeah,
say.
I'm the rule. I am the rule. But I only had one issue because I know where to shoot. My aim is on point.
It's on the ovary and the egg, right? If you're making these babies. No.
Only had one, and she's 16.
Okay.
And
No,
I
but
take
both,
care of her. And she speaks 4 languages.
well, at the end of the day, both parties are responsible. And I think that regardless of whatever happens, both should be willing, ready, and able to deal with what comes from that.
I
There
do
there
agree
should
with that. I do
there
agree
sh-
with that.
there shouldn't be any finger pointing. there really shouldn't, or well, you should have, and I didn't know. There really shouldn't be any of that. Anybody
It's too
that
late now,
starts with
right?
that,
It's too late now. Let's deal
yeah,
with it, right?
we've already done that. We don't need to do that. There shouldn't be any of that. So I think that's very irresponsible. So if you've already made it past the responsible part, which would be to use some sort of contraceptive, you've gone past that, then we're not going to sit up there and start pointing the fingers. Well, if I woulda, shoulda, coulda. We're not doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Use that. Oops, I should have 5 minutes ago pulled up this, that. It happened. This is the issue. What are we going to do about it? It has to be, what are you going to do about it? We
Well, it's
can't,
just a matter.
like you said, Vonda, we can't point fingers at anybody, whatever. It's still about the child, right? So you can't be
Yeah.
mad at me. I can't be mad at you. You know what I mean? Like the girl can't be mad at the man can't be mad at the girl.
If both parties, participated, there was no
Right.
crime
And
committed.
and we
And
have a
when I
child
say
then
and when
there's
I
the
say
child.
no crime committed, there was no rape or any type of forced sex or anything like that. So no, there was no crime committed. Now what are we going to do because we have this child? What are we going to do? And that's just the bottom line. It's not even really what are we going to do. It's, this is what I'm going to do. So
How
this
are
is,
we gonna do it?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. You're right. How are we going to do it? Especially if you're not in a relationship, how are you guys going to co-parent with this child? Because obviously this child is with one person as opposed to the other parent. It's with one parent.
Yeah, most of the time, depending on how it's worked out. Because sometimes y'all can live right down the street from each other and the child is right there at both parents' house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Day to day.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very
But
true.
yeah, it is. It is. How are we gonna do it? Are you rich? Are you gonna pay me the money because I'm broke and work at Walmart? And then I'll just take care of the child all day so you can make your rich money? That's that's what we were arguing about first. You know what I mean?
And you know what? That to me was a very drastic decision that was not very, typical, because
Oh
what you're
yeah, no,
dealing
it's not.
with, the
No, it's
typical situation is, the mother and father are not typically too far from each other, but you just have
You're not
one
gonna get a
one
you're not gonna get a broke dude from in the front of the liquor store to be with a millionaire chick. You know, it's
unless
not gonna happen.
yeah, that pretty much is not going to happen. You're absolutely correct.
Kim
That's
Kardashian is not finna pull up in the Beamer and pick up the nigga out standing in front of the liquor store.
what Kim Kardashian is not waiting in front of the liquor store looking for baby boy. No.
No, no, she got a rich producer.
Okay. Well, tell me something. Tell me something.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like you're not gonna get a Oprah Winfrey to pull up in front of the liquor store and pick up a nigga from the liquor store that's
You
standing
never
there.
know. Stranger things have happened.
Well, my question, Neek, would be okay,
Everybody,
if you're not going to get an Oprah Winfrey, what are you gonna get? You know, crew, what would pull up? Other than an Oprah Winfrey, what could you get?
so
Instead of an Oprah Winfrey.
The chick that's pushing her car down the street.
I
You're
don't
gonna.
even like Oprah. I don't
I'm
even like Oprah.
I'm not a fan.
I just called her out because she's the millionaire, the billionaire. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Gail, she's okay, Jay Shine. But yeah, I'd have to catch her 20 years ago, not right now.
Why y'all be hating on Oprah and Gail? Y'all, you know what? There are so many more coons that you guys could be hating on than Oprah and Gail. Y'all run Oprah and Gail pretty hard. What's up with them? Why y'all so hard on Oprah and Gail?
If you would have
They
heard the
lose
stories
business.
about Baltimore, where Oprah grew up, and you'd have heard the stories from Baltimore about what Oprah was doing, then you
Well,
might question me on that.
but come on, I heard a lot of stories about Jay-Z and stuff that he did. What did Oprah do? Fill me in. Let me know a little bit, crew.
Well,
Tell me. Talk to your sister.
okay.
What did Oprah do?
I wish one of my Baltimore people was on the panel with me. But yes, it was Oprah. Oprah was a glory hole.
What? What? Say that again, crew. What?
I've heard the stories in Baltimore. Allegedly. And so we don't get to tell stuff. Allegedly. You heard what I said. Oprah, a glory hole.
So what was she doing?
Every nigga in town.
Come on. Are you kidding me? Who crew? Oprah is not your typical. She's not a Kim Kardashian. She's not sitting up there doing
No, she
parties.
is the one that Kim Kardashian learned from.
Whatever. Are you serious?
Oprah is a dirty bitch. I'm sorry for cussing on your channel, Max. Oprah is the worst of the worst. I know. uh, Don't I talk to y'all some kind of way that y'all kind of like me, and like a lot of girls like me. Everybody likes me, right? I'm from Chicago, pimp mode, all of that. I
Mm-hmm.
understand women. Oprah is one of those women that, yeah, it's Friday night. Call Oprah.
What? I'm sorry. I just don't see that. I really don't see that. I mean, Oprah, yeah.
Yes, yes. Jay Shine, am I correct? Am I correct, Jay Shine?
Don't be asking him. He don't know. You don't know that Jay Shine, do you? What you know about Oprah? What what's going on
Jay
behind the
Shine from New
scenes?
York, so he understands women. That's a cool nigga from New York. Lives in Germany. He understands German women. He understands American women. Oprah is. You see what Jay Shine posted?
Oprah's dad called Gail a street heifer.
You can understand women when you understand women. You know, I was raised by my mom. It's like dudes that be raised by a bunch of sisters. Like they're
Hmm.
the eighth kid and they got seven sisters older than them. They understand women.
Yeah,
I
they
was raised
do.
by my mom. I had a daddy. My daddy is still here, so that's how I know how to shoot. But I do understand women. Oprah is the Friday night party.
Oh wow, that's that's crazy. That is crazy. I can't see that. But you know what? I know that when it comes to celebrities, they do have a certain image that they present, and they're not necessarily who they, really who they are, and that image is, that image is gold, you know.
Yeah, like you see, I present drunk half the time, right? I present that way, right? But even when I was talking to the goofy ass sitting in the car while it's dark, goofy ass Angry Bird over there that's mad at all women.
Hmm.
He called me one night, right? I sounded like I was drunk, and then I started speaking like a white guy. He said, "Oh shit, cool. How did you flip that up like that?" Yeah, because I present some kind of way, but then I
Hmm.
can also do another type of way. You know?
Hmm.
Oh yeah. Oprah presents like she's the, you know, the Bill Cosby's wife on the Huxtables type shit. You know what I mean? But she's really Dirty Denise.
Stop
Friday night
it.
party.
Real, you're kidding. Stop it.
He has got me dying over here. Like I just can't see Oprah busting it open like that. Like
Thank
stop.
you, Neek. Okay, thank you. I thought it was just me. I cannot see Oprah busting it wide for Harvey Weinstein or nobody else. I just crew. The visual
Can
is
you see
it's
her
not
and Gail?
there.
Can you see her and Gail looking like two phones hung up together?
You know what, crew? Cut it out. I can't see it either, Neek. That's
Um,
hilarious. I
all
can't
right.
see it
So,
either.
when y'all get back to Discord, there's somebody that will talk to you from B-More that will tell you
And,
that that's how
and just to
Oprah
be
got
clear,
down.
I'm no Oprah fan. I'm not saying she's like this wonderful, great person, but her just busting it down, like no.
Jay Sean, am I talking?
No.
No, no, I'm telling you, you know,
Oh,
there's a few people from Baltimore that I know, right? They would tell you about Oprah in Baltimore.
mm-hmm.
I'm from Chicago. I'll tell you about Oprah.
Well, the stuff that you telling about Oprah, is that accurate, crew?
Yes, it is.
I don't know,
So she
crew.
was.
That
So she's been married to Stedman. Well, not
They're not
married, but
married. They are
they're
not
not
married.
going
married.
with them. And Stedman is not even a real person
Then,
because he's not even allowed to touch her.
then what is that, man? Can you tell me what is that, man?
How do you go with a girl that you're not allowed to touch?
But they've been saying that for years that Stedman was a beard. He was gay. He's not even really into women.
That's what I'm saying. He's not even a real man. You know what I
So
mean?
basic.
He's not even real. He doesn't exist. He's just there for a reason.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I understand them.
You understand? You understand Stedman?
No, I understand them. I understand women. It's not a problem. You get me? I'm raising a daughter. I'm talking to y'all. I love women. I have a mother. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know women though. Do you get
What
me?
you
That's
know?
what a man's job is. That's what a
What
man's job is
What do
supposed to
you know
do.
about
A
women,
woman's
crew?
job is supposed to know men.
What do you know about women, crew?
I know sometimes when they're fucked up. I know sometimes when they're good women. I know y'all. I'm talking to two good women right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I know Oprah was the Friday night party. She presented some kind of way, but she was the Friday night party.
Jay Sean just said Oprah. Jay Sean said crew is telling the truth about Oprah.
You say Oprah the Tatiana?
Oprah is, she presents some type of way, but if you want to go have fun with Oprah, you can have fun with Oprah.
Okay, can I ask you a question, crew? Let's just keep it real. Are there dudes out there that are trying to they're thinking about having a good time and a hot time with Oprah?
No, not
Is that
not anymore. She's old. She's 60 something. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
But back in her heyday, when she made her $1 billion, when she got the Oprah show and she was doing everything for white women and all of
mm-hmm,
that,
mm-hmm.
yeah, that's when she was coming up. And how do you think she came up?
I
How do
mean,
you
but
think
you're
she got a
talking
show?
about the color purple Oprah, like us still. The color purple Oprah.
Sophia
Oh,
Oprah. The
I told you.
the you talking about the Sophia Oprah.
I told you.
You
Get that
so
nice away from
hard
me.
to beat me.
And Danny Glover coming out with another movie with the white boy. They're doing another one of those. What's that? 48 hours or something? No. You know the white boy that was Gladiator. But you know, Danny Glover and him, they do all the movies together. What is that movie called? But they got like 6 of them. They're making another one, and Danny Glover's old as hell. Like how is you acting? You great great grandpa. How is you still in movies?
Because obviously he's still relevant and somebody's watching him, you know. I didn't like him after Color Purple. He was nothing to me after Color Purple.
The white guy, his name is Mel Gibson.
Oh, he
Danny
was
Glover and Mel
nothing.
Gibson. You know those movies that Danny Glover and Mel Gibson do together?
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, they're doing another one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's
So
like Danny Glover was old as hell in the last Lethal Weapon.
yeah, you're right. He was old, but shit. Now Mel Gibson's ass is old, and we'll see if he can revive his career because he was pretty old.
They're both old. They're old as hell. We grew up on them when we were teenagers, type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I might assume our ages are correct. You know what I mean? Within some years of each other. You know what I mean? But yeah, we grew up on. So there was grown men when we were teenagers, but now they're old men. They're great granddaddy type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, them fools is old. Danny
Remember,
Glover's
even the
old.
last movie, Danny Glover was running out of breath, trying to chase somebody down.
Yep.
Shit, I'm too old for this.
Exactly. That's exactly what he said. He's too old for this shit.
So how are you doing it again?
Because sequels make money, and that's what they're doing. A lot of these people are making their sequels. And then on
That
top of
movie is
that,
gonna flop. That is gonna be a big ass flop. Who wants to
and you
see
know
that?
what? You're right. It might be because Mel Gibson, he really, pissed people off when he was like cussing out his, that baby mama he
Oh,
had, and
he said that
and he
racist shit, didn't he?
and he hoped that she gets raped by a pack, not
A
a
pack.
group, but
Yeah,
a pack of
whole
niggers,
pack
a
of
pack of
niggas,
niggers.
like a pack of dogs.
Yeah, a pack of niggers. And I'm like, what is a pack of niggers? Yeah,
So
so
that's
he
why
was
Jason Black called him out. That's why Jason Black called out Danny Glover. Because how
and
the
he
hell
was
are you
he
gonna
he
still
made
do
a
a
lot
movie
of
with a white boy that
anti-Semitic.
talks that bullshit about you, Negroes, about us Negroes? You hear me? You can't say no shit about Negroes, and then I'm still gonna do business with you. I gotta beat your
No,
face first,
no,
and then
he should have talked a little bit better. So I was done with Mel Gibson after that. You start talking about a pack of niggers and shit. I'm like, what's a pack? I didn't know we moved in packs.
so what does that make Danny Glover for still doing business with? What do you disagree with, Jay Shine?
Well, it's a well known fact that Danny Glover was a coon too.
You know
Yeah,
what? With him being at the level that he is in Hollywood, at when you reach a certain zenith or a certain level, you are. You know what I'm saying? You can't be exempt from it. So I'm not surprised to see Danny Glover. I mean, and it's his job. This is what he signed up for.
I get what Jay
You
Shine
know?
said. We all work for a racist, right?
Absolutely. You're right, Jay
I
Shine.
work for a
We do.
hospital. Jay
We all
Shine
work
work
for
for the
racists.
military. We all work for people that work against our interests, and we have to do that so we can fucking make ends meet, right?
Exactly. Because that's how the system is built. You know? The system is not built geared towards us, it's built and geared towards the dominant society. And we know that. Who's
Even
surprised?
if even if the broke nigga works at Burger King, right? He gets free food, right? That kills him, right?
For his lunch. Yes.
He's feeding his children goofy French fries from McDonald's. You know,
Yeah.
you're working against your interests. But when you get big enough, sometimes you can work towards your interests.
True. Very true. Oh goodness. I think we really knocked it out the park tonight. And with you coming up here, Cruz, you
Yeah,
really was a
I'm glad it's not ladies' night, so I was allowed to come up here. I let y'all ladies. But I did want to talk to y'all.
well,
I
I
hope I brought
appreciate you
something.
coming up here. Yeah, I appreciate you coming up here and giving your input and dropping the knowledge that you have with regards to your experience.
And I wasn't
And
too drunk, was I, Vanda?
not at all, crew. I really appreciate it. You weren't, not at all. I mean, what do you think I was? How was I?
Uh, we're both in our cups slightly.
Crew, I
Just
am not in a cup. No.
slightly. You're in a
Okay.
glass, right?
Yes.
A
I'm in a
stem
glass.
glass, right? A stem glass, right?
I'll take that. I'll take it. I'm in a glass. Yes.
Okay, same thing. That's all I was saying.
Yeah. And there's nothing
No,
wrong with that.
I've been doing better than I was before. I used to have the cheap bullshit. So now
And
I
you
keep
know what?
things that come in purple bags, and I do less likely than I used to do before. You know
Well,
what the
I
purple
like,
bags I'm talking about, right?
no, tell me.
The Crown Royale bag.
A little purple bag.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a little one.
Well, it's a medium-sized bag. It's not super large, but it holds enough.
Thank you, sis. See, this is where I have these issues with these issues. But I
No,
know
you're
what I no, but I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. So that's why I only have one issue. That's why I only, you know what I mean?
hmm
But I understand. I think I understand y'all. Do you think I understand you, Van? Neat.
you know what, crew? I do to a certain extent. Just keep it 100 with you. I do to a certain extent. I think you do. I mean, nobody agrees 100%, but for me, that's okay. I don't think we need to agree 100% all the time. And I'm okay with that. I don't take it personal. Do you?
We just got to understand what's going on and do what we have to do to deal with the situation, right? Work
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
That's all, right?
Yeah.
Yin and yang. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, we have different roles that we have to do. You have the kid, I give you. Uh, you, you 6'9". Same shit. There is a way to do this shit. We have different roles. You feel me? You have titties. You have to nurse the baby. I have muscles. I have to go out and beat everybody to make sure you're okay. Right?
Yes.
That's the different roles. Let's understand that and play our roles and do everything. Right?
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
Absolutely nothing. And with that being said, I just want to thank you very much, crew, for showing up for the Ebony Star Network Quiet Drive. Max has changed the names and we've launched the Ebony Star Network. So things are a little different. And he's going to be making those changes, within all of the channels, appropriately, as he sees fit. But I just want to thank everybody for coming out, hanging out with us. It was fun. I think we had a good time talking about the topics. I just want to give a shout out to Jay Shine Randoms. Thank you for coming through and hanging out with us. We want to thank the First Lady of the E Nation, the Earthen Nation, Lady Neek. Thank you for coming out. And of
Thanks for
course,
having me, guys.
thank you so much. And of course, we do want to thank Crew. Crew, appreciate you coming through onto the panel and hanging out with us and giving us your input. I mean, you had a lot to say, and I appreciate what you had to say. We didn't even agree, but we didn't funk too hard to where we couldn't talk to each other, which just goes to show that we don't always have to agree, 100% of the time, which is good.
And Sister Vonda, I do appreciate talking to you.
I appreciate your input, Crew.
He's talking to you, Neek, Max, everybody in
Yeah,
the chat.
it was a great show, guys. So say your last parting words. Crew,
Oh,
say
I'm
good
done.
night.
I'm done. I might have said too much.
And I want to say peace, power, and unity to everybody in the chat and everybody who will watch this later on. And it was great talking to you, Vonda. You know how to carry the show as always.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you stopping by. You were actually a special treat for us because we don't always get to see you, but sis, I really appreciate you coming through and showing your support. And it was good talking to you. And I also want to thank Dame. Dame did what she did. The Dame always comes through with her stories. And of course, we couldn't have it, happen without the man with the plan, and that is Maximum Overdrive. So once again, thanks a lot, everybody, for coming through to the Ebony Star Network for the QuieT Drive. Topics were the alienation of affection and when the side chick puts your husband on child support. So I want to say peace, power, and unity to everybody, and we'll see you at the next one. So peace out. Peace, power, and unity. Thank you.
Hey, peace, y'all, sister. Much love.
Much love, crew. Talk to you later.